this on screen right now, it's kind of a continuation of a video we did previously. It's just a little bit more information on it. Mastercard denies pressuring Steam to censor not safe for work games. Update. Valve responds. Now, I don't know when you might see this, but this was first published on the 1st of August. Mastercard has broken its silence after being thrust in the middle of a gaming culture war. No, there is a gaming culture war, but that's not it. This is something new sprung on gamers. I don't know if I would call this a culture war, considering what's already being called a culture war.
Yeah, this doesn't seem like a culture war to me either.
Okay, while Valve previously laid blame for a recent purge of adult sex games from Steam at the feet of the payment processors, Mastercard, Visa. Mastercard released a statement on Friday denying any responsibility for a new wave of censorship that recently led some gamers to flood payment company call centers with complaints. Yay, keep it up. Here's the thing. They released a statement that was going, it's not us. It's like, I know Hypnotic is basically saying gaslight harder, how hard can you gaslight, essentially something like that, right? There was all the medium to big streamers had such comments, and they are absolutely correct. I mean, they really have their pulse on the industry, and they're correct on it. So I say keep calling their centers, put the pressure on them however you can. Maybe what will emerge is a whole new way of paying for games, and that would be great. It would show them that they can't have a stranglehold on the industry just because some feminist group threw a little fit.
Yeah.
If you don't know about, I think they're called Collective Shout, look into it. So, yeah, here's what they said. Mastercard has not evaluated any game or required restrictions of any activity on game creator sites and platforms, contrary to media reports and allegations. Anyway, you could read it for yourself if you want. It's up on screen, but they absolutely did. They absolutely did. But this is kind of like, not our fault. Don't look at us. Quit blaming us. We can't take it. But yes, it was absolutely them. They were pressured by a small feminist group, which kind of makes me think they're like, we've been wanting to do this for so long, and now we're gonna say that it's, they pressured us. We had to do it. Now we're gonna say we had to do it. I'm betting,
They're just trying to cover their own butt.
So to their comment, there was a reader's added context. Both Steam and Itch have stated their removal of adult content came from the pressure of payment processors, including MasterCard. Furthermore, MasterCard and other payment processors have a documented history of refusing service to Japanese retailers over legal adult content. Yes, it is true. This is not the first time they've done it. They've done it over manga. I never know how to pronounce that because I'm not into that kind of stuff particularly myself. But anyway, yes, they have done it before, but now it's spread to games, and their list of what's approved and what's not is just ridiculous. It would, if they fully enforce this, it will wipe out the mass majority of all games, in the least your ability to buy them.
Yeah, because they're going to go overboard with it.
Yeah, just wait till Congress gets talking about it. I mean, they already have multiple bills that they're trying to push through to strengthen this and make everything stricter. But anyway, MasterCard and Visa have been on the receiving end of an anti-game censorship backlash after anti-prawn group Collective Shout claimed victory in a write-in campaign targeting payment company CEOs for allegedly profiting off of what the group called violent pornography. Yeah. I've already stated before, I'm not one for those adult games, but to me, it's about the way that they can control a whole industry, and they're like suddenly like, yep, we're doing it. It's like, whoa, you shouldn't be able to do that. we're not going to stand for it. To be clear, Mastercard doesn't say it hasn't been involved at all. There you go. Just that it's gone no further than enforcing its existing guidelines against unlawful purchases, including illegal adult content. See, but it was never deemed illegal. That's the catch. It was never deemed illegal.
Well, that's what
So
I was going to say.
until they did so, which means they kind of set up their own rules. Is like, we can only be a king if we say we're a king, and kind of like that.
Yeah.
A child's rule set, mentality. But anyway,
Well, I mean, it's
this
like
is such a nightmarish disaster.
the thing is it's like they're going to deem anything illegal in games. Anything. If they get away with this, they're going to do that about everything.
Well, it's like in a Sabbath song where somebody rises to power and he says, all men should all be free, and the next line is, all free men should fight for me. So it's like, be free by my word, by my rule. You are all now free men, but free men fight for me. It's the same thing. It's a dictatorship, and they got the industry by the balls. This should not be allowed whatsoever.
No.
Okay. Valve said while Mastercard did not communicate with it directly, concerns did come through payment processor and banking intermediaries. They said payment processors rejected Valve's current guidelines for monitoring illegal content on Steam, citing Mastercard's Rule 5.12.7. So they didn't communicate with them directly. They just said, your rules aren't up to our rules, when they have been for decades, right? It's been good for decades. It's, for as long as gaming's been a thing, it's like, hey, good, we're on the same line here, no problem. And suddenly, like, your rules don't match up with ours. But they didn't communicate. They just said your rules aren't up to snuff.
Yeah.
So, Mastercard comment on, we didn't do it, we had nothing to do with it. Yeah, okay, yeah, bullshit.
Yeah. That's like playing a chess game and then changing the rules in the middle of the game after you've been playing it for however long. I mean, this is ridiculous. I think adults, as long as it's not like maps or whatever, I think they should be able to buy what they want.
Oh, yeah. What are they going to do? Implant chips in everybody's head? It's like, you can't imagine things now because you can't see it, you can't play it, now you can't imagine it, you can't think it. We're not going to have it. It's a no-no.
I wouldn't be surprised. I would not be surprised. It would not surprise me at all.
I am not one for deviancy. I'm not. I'm kind of plain, vanilla, whatever you want to call it. But I am one for freedom. So when they give examples here, they often give the most extreme examples. But if you actually read their guidelines, you're not supposed to be able to point a weapon at someone in a game. You cannot have a depiction of someone peeing or puking in a game, and the list goes on. It's beyond ridiculous. But every time it's like, this is the only thing we're asking for you not to be like really nasty perverts. But then when you get to reading it, it's like, whoa, I guess games don't exist anymore. I guess we can't game anymore. They exist, we just can't get them.
Well, the thing is they throw this out here and it's the most extreme stuff. Well, of course, most people's going to agree with that. Any sane person would. It's like, okay, I understand that, but that's not really what they're doing.
So like I said, if it, when there's a stir up, eventually Congress will get into it, not knowing what the fuck they're doing, not knowing what they're talking about. They're like, this is about them Vigimo games, right? and these cellar dweller perverts. is about that. It's like, yeah, they're depicting this stuff and we don't want it. We're right there with you. We don't want it either. And they won't know what the fuck is going on, but they're gonna get involved. In fact, they've already began to get involved.
Yeah. That's like with the whole vaping thing. They don't know what in the world they're doing. They don't know anything about it. They're just trying to make money off of it. That's all. And that's what they're doing with this too.
Everybody out there, unfortunately, I don't have their number directly on hand, or I don't even know if it'd be legal to put it out there, but get their number and spam the shit out of them. Be respectful because you are talking to human beings, but put the pressure on them.
Yeah.
We're not going to tolerate this. And
No.
hopefully what was going to come out of this is new payment processing companies that will be like, we don't need your fucking rules. Just give us money. We'll do the job.
Yeah. That's what needs to happen.
Yeah, and I know it sounds like I'm out there supporting all these online perverts. Love to play these nasty games. I'm supporting freedom, you know. This is tyranny. This is draconic.
Yeah, it is. And it's only going to get worse. That's what it is. I mean, a lot of people, they'll go, well, how did it get like this? It's like, okay, they start small and then they work their way up, and that's how it happens.
You want to know how it got like this? When Edward Snowden said they're all spying on you, and you all went, I don't care. I like my new phone. That's how we get here. Or when your old friend is now wearing a dress and going, call me ma'am. And you're like, yeah, I'll respect you, ma'am. That's how we get here. That's how we get here.
It's true. It's true. Every bit of it's true. That's how we are where we are now, is because we didn't stop it when it first started. You got to nip that shit in the bud.
Tolerance is one thing, but giving in to demands is a whole nother. And we should never do away with shame. Shame is needed. Okay, with that, we're out.